Hi, my name's Cody McGowan.
And I'm Chelsea Robinson. Over the years, the humanities and social science subject has been made out to be boring, unmemorable, and students dread seeing the subject on their timetable. As a HASS teacher, we need to use strategies to engage and motivate students into wanting to participate and connect with their community and the world social justice issues.
As HASS teachers, we will cross disciplinary lines by facing uncomfortable or socially deemed unacceptable topics by being responsive to all of our students' queries. We will teach students to analyse themes and topics, critically question and conduct research, then make decisions based on evidence and devise proposals for action.
It is essential to guide students in becoming active and responsible citizens through authentic learning experiences that are directed through problem-posing teaching and situated themes.
We will outline teaching strategies and important pedagogies that result in an empowering education, as well as how we will adopt a critical democratic approach to HASS learning.
Humanities and social sciences is a crucial subject to be taught by the educator. This is made evident in the curriculum documents of the Australian Curriculum Assessment and Reporting Authority, also known as ACARA, and the Early Years Framework, ACARA, identifies as teachers of HASS, we need to understand different perspectives to be able to think about and respond to issues raised by students.
It also states that the correct utilisation of HASS in the classroom encourages students to understand their world, past and present, is culturally diverse and dynamically interconnected. In the Australian curriculum, there are 4 strands that cover HASS. These are history, geography, civics and citizenship, and economics and business.
According to ACARA, the utilisation of these HASS curriculum strands results in the students developing skills of responding to challenges in innovative, informed, personal and collective ways, actively shape their lives, make reflective and informed decisions, valuing their belonging in a diverse and dynamic society, positively contributing locally, nationally, regionally and globally, shaping change, questioning, thinking critically, solving problems, communicating effectively, and adapting to change.
These skills are intended so that we can have the outcomes of a cohesive society, sustainable environment, productive economy, and stable democracy. The Early Years Learning Framework outlines how important inquiry-based learning and project learning are in the development of young children. These 2 forms of learning have also been identified as great forms of learning in HASS. This is made evident on page 32 of the Early Years Learning Framework, where it states active involvement in learning builds children's understandings of concepts and the creative thinking and inquiry processes that are necessary for lifelong learning.
As a HASS teacher, we are required to teach our students how to be active and responsible citizens. Active and responsible citizens are identified by Kinchlow as people who are able to question and explore issues of power and justice, economy, race, class, gender, ideologies, discourses, and religion, and how these interact to construct social systems that our consciousness and society then act on it.
Producing active and responsible students allows students to develop lifelong skills of understanding questions and issues glossed over by the mass media and education, and that human beings and history are in a state of constant change. We will do this by including cross-curriculum priorities into our themes.
Multiculturalism is a key component in ensuring inclusivity in the classroom, ensuring language and experiences are relevant to all students and the diverse cultures. Building this into the curriculum will result in further active participation in the classroom. Students need to be aware of other cultures to learn respect, true history, acceptance, and lead them away from racism and false knowledge.
A desocialising approach to teaching allows students the ability to question the social behaviours and experiences in school and daily life that make us the people we are. A desocialising classroom offers the opportunity to critically think about the following qualities of power awareness, which is when the students are aware of how power works. So, for example, how does the power of advertising work? Critical literacy, which is when we are educating young people to read the text and understand it in more critical ways. So, for example, what's happening in our world. Permanent desocialisation, which is when we are constantly investigating and inquiring to gain new information. and self-education or organisation, which is when students come out of school as lifelong learners. Producing active citizens as students produces students who perform social action, which gives students the power to transform and challenge the dominant culture inside and around us through investigative approaches of learning.
The transmission planning model is a great way to get students connected with the community. It encourages students to use resources found locally. These may include conducting interviews, looking at articles from the local paper, or engaging in local events. From their research, they can critically investigate and effect positive change in society from the knowledge they have gained.
Keeping learning experiences in the class authentic and meaningful will ensure maximum participation with students. An authentic learning experience is one which is engaging to the students and focuses on situated learning. When the themes are built around the students' interests, backgrounds, cultures, and conditions, the students are able to connect to the theme as it is relevant to them.
Students need to be involved in learning, not be taught the knowledge banking method. Knowledge banking is the incorrect assumption by some teachers that students know nothing and the teacher knows everything. Therefore, the students are only receivers of knowledge. A problem-posing method used in the classroom ensures students are learning by personally engaging in the collection of research, as it is a mutual inquiry approach. Problem posing exposes students to different learning areas and pushes assimilation, where students need to connect new information to current knowledge.
As HASS teachers, we will further question the students' knowledge to encourage them to dig deeper in their research, think critically and find solutions to issues. And cross-curriculum activities gives the students variety, therefore decreasing boredom so the students stay passionate about the themes.
Strategies that we will include in our HASS teaching include cooperative group work. With social interaction comes positive relationships in the classroom and students learning from one another. With group work, students can tackle more complex problems by sharing the workload and assist each other with making sense of the theme.
Active research creates the process of assimilation. Students will be constantly building on current knowledge, making sense of it at a deeper level as they research it. There is constantly new information on most topics, so it is important to keep updated with current information. Collaborative reading and collaborative research lets more information be found in a shorter period of time.
Our HASS teaching will portray equitable learning. We will build relationships with all students to find out how they learn best. We will learn their interests and backgrounds to incorporate these into our themes and teaching strategies. We'll also be respectful and honest with the students to build a stronger relationship, and we'll expect the same in return from them. An equitable classroom includes multicultural learning and inclusivity, which will give students a sense of belonging and make them feel that they can contribute knowledge to the group.
Overall, we want to have a student-centred classroom. Student-centred learning involves all of these values identified in the diagram shown. The benefits of a student-centred classroom enforces student dialogue, which develops stronger communication and understanding because the students are using their own language.
Our teaching strategies and pedagogies all contribute to our overall teaching philosophy, which is to adopt a critical democratic pedagogy.
Shaw identifies a democratic classroom as having the following values that you may have already heard us mention throughout our presentation. A democratic classroom is one in which the teacher doesn't teach via knowledge banking, but they create an engaging, interactive classroom where the teachers and students collaborate their findings and learn from one another.
Students are given the opportunity to have input into the curriculum, working on themes that are relevant to the students, themes they can connect with and feel passionate about. A democratic classroom involves inquiry-based research, which gets students involved in the community and inspires them to dig deeper into topics via non-regular resources such as interviewing, questioning, and critically analysing information. The responsibility of the content is moved from the teacher giving them a textbook with the answers to the students having to research, discuss with their peers, and make sense of the information themselves. The teacher is a guide for them and encourage them to further investigate but not give the answers.
A positive point about a democratic classroom is students can focus on real-life issues. They can find problems in their local community and work out strategies to solve them, giving them a sense of achievement as they can see the improvements they have made. A democratic approach reduces boredom in the classroom. motivates students, produces active citizens, and builds relationships between students, teachers, and the community. These are the references that we have used throughout our presentation.
HASS not only teaches students about the world and the community, it teaches them to be a part of it. It opens students' minds to bigger issues, shows them how to think critically and look at the bigger picture. As HASS teachers, we aim for the students to develop a passion for learning, change their way of thinking so they can explore things at a deeper level, make sense of content, build on their current knowledge, and be involved in working collaboratively with students and the teacher in developing meaningful research which makes a difference.
This will be achieved by situated learning, active research, effective learning, and creating a democratic classroom, which all maximises participation.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.